squad. Let me get some more lighting. That would have to do. I had to turn the lamp on because I ain't finna do a whole setup. I just wanted to talk to y'all just briefly. It's gonna be real short. I recorded a video, and it's taking me to be a little bold to step out of my comfort zone to upload this video. And let me tell you, the video, you do what you want. You want to judge it, go ahead. That's between you and God. But I think it needs to be said. I know you need to know me. You know, I have a lot of women that tell me this. I wish I was like you. No, you don't. Because you cannot walk the shoes that I walk. My shoes are made for me. God fitted my shoes just for me to walk in. So what I walk through, you don't ever want to wish to walk in the shoes that I have had to walk in. And so that's why I'm sharing this testimony that you will see next in the next clip. It is a part of my life story. It is a part of my history, meaning that it's what I went through. It's what God brought me out of. It's what God delivered me from. And so I feel not ashamed to upload it. I'm unapologetic for uploading it. You know, people look at you and they think because they see you in the now, they think you've always had it going on. They don't know what your struggle was. They don't know what you've been through. And so God says in the word of God, we are overcome by our testimonies. I'm overcome by my testimonies. And not only that, my testimony will help somebody else. Everything I went through in my life is not for me to keep. It's for me to share. It's for me to give to somebody when God allows it. Because some of the things that people go through in life, they never want people to know. You know. And it's only that when God gives you the peace to upload it, then and only then is it okay. So this happened years ago. Years ago. I know we've all had our struggles, but this is a part of mine. This is a part of my walk that God allowed me to go through, and I just wanted to share with you all. So take what you may take from the video, say what you may want to say, but this is my story, and this is my story that I am sharing with the world. So God bless you. I love you. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video. This will be my first doctor's appointment, so I'll probably see you guys on the ride to the doctor's office when my ride comes and picks me up. I'll see you then, or whenever I hit that camera again. I love you so much. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, hitting the like button, hitting the bell for post notifications. And yeah, just watching the videos. I appreciate it. God bless you, and I love you. And if you want to share it, because somebody else out there has an addiction too that they may have been free from or still struggling from. All right, squad. I love you guys. Bye. Hey, everybody. I wanted to put this video out a while back, so I figured I would just go ahead and upload it now and go ahead and put it out. You know, and this video is part of my testimony. And when I say it's a part of my testimony, it reminds me where I came from. You know, me, I came out the hood. I came from the projects. I came out from the north side of town, the north side of Corpus Christi, Texas. And I learned a lot, been through a lot when we lived over there in that side of town. But this is the time I just want to tell my story. Hope you guys can hear and see me. Today, there was a reminder of where I came from. You know, I never want to judge people that I know from my side of town, from where I came from, who may still be on that side of town struggling. I never want to judge them, you know. And one of my friends came up to me when I was leaving my mother's house, and she's struggling with an addiction, crack cocaine. And she came up to me and she was so happy to see me, and she just smiled, and I too smiled, and I greeted her, because in my eyes, there are no perfect people. In my eyes, we all have a story to tell. Maybe yours is not an addiction. Maybe you didn't come from struggling. Maybe you didn't come from poverty. I don't know what your story is, but I tell you my story. And with her, when I saw her, it reminded me of me. And you probably say, how does it remind you? How did it remind you of yourself? People don't know what people see. They see where we are now. But a lot of times, people don't see where we come from. Back in the days, I'm going to say about 15 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, let's say in between 12, let's say about 12 years ago, I had an addiction to crack cocaine. And nobody really knew that I had an addiction, because I kept it to the point where I would not allow nobody to know. You know, only people that knew were people that were doing drugs with me. And the person who actually started me on cocaine was actually my first husband. And the only reason is not that I wanted to do drugs. I never in my life wanted to do drugs. And the reason that I started the drug was because it was by force at the chance of my life. And at this time, my husband at the time was my abuser, my physical abuser, who would threaten me that if I didn't do the drug, then I would get beat up again. I was scared of him. And so once you hit that dope, once you hit crack cocaine, once you hit that pipe or whatever you smoking it on, your body is going to crave for more. It's no such thing as, I wouldn't have did it again. You can't help it. You cannot. It's like at that moment in time, you can't resist it, because now your body is calling for it. Your mind may say, no, I don't want it, but your body is saying, yes, I have to have it. And so, therefore, dealing with him, who was a crack addict, we began to do crack regularly on a regular basis. And I felt so bad. When I would come down off that high, I wanted to stay off that high. But let me tell you something. I had no way of escape because I was married to this man, you know. And again, I tell you, that was my abuser. So there was no, I could run away or get away from him. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't like that, you know. So I understand when I see people who are struggling, whatever your addiction is, I understand, you know. And let's not be so quick to judge a person who has an addiction, because if a person is on drug and that's their addiction, then there are so many other addictions. You know, there are so many other struggles. But it's not for us to judge them or to laugh at them or to talk about them or to make fun of them. But if you're a child of God, it is for you to pray for them. It is for you to pray for them. You know, it took me a long time before I wanted to even tell anybody about my story, because I knew people would judge me, but I'm past that. I'm not ashamed anymore. God gets the glory for my life. It took me to tell my children. All 4 of my children know my story. They know what I did. They know my story, and I told them my story because one day God was going to put me out there, and I was going to tell my story, and I didn't want my children to be looking dumbfounded, like, what? You know, I didn't want my children to be like, really, Mom? You know, so I told my children, they know. And I'm not ashamed. And let me tell you, when I told my children my story, God gave us peace. He gave us peace between my children and myself. It took years before I even told my children what I, you know, the lifestyle that I was living. I'm not proud of it. You know, if I was, I would not be even telling y'all today. But God delivered me. Let me tell you, when I was on drugs, I used to cry out to God, and I used to ask God to please deliver me. This is not the life I want to live. I used to pray, God, please don't let these drugs kill me. I mean, I was praying, and this was in the midst of getting high on crack cocaine. You understand? So people look at me now, and they don't know that I understand. That's why I can relate to those that are hurting. That's why I can relate to the woman who done been through something, because I know where I come from. I know where I come from. I come from living in the hood. I was homeless before. You know, I just come from a raggedy lifestyle. And I thank God that it was nobody but God who set me free, who did a work in me, and who had to give me the strength. So when I see my brothers and my sisters across town struggling, I understand. You know, maybe they aren't as strong as us to open up their mouth and ask God to help them. Maybe they're not as strong enough to ask God, you know, Lord, I need you. You know, or to ask God to just do a work in them. I don't know. But I just wanted to share with you and just tell you, look, when you see someone struggling, please do not judge them. Please just say a prayer for them, because you never know when you may have an addiction and you're going to need somebody to pray you through. So now that y'all know my story, people are probably going to be, wow, what? Yes, I was not out there. I was a, what do you call it? And I can say it now, but I was one of them closet people. You didn't know what I was out there doing, because I kept it in the closet. And I kept, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but some people can do drugs and you'll never know they're doing drugs, because they're not going to look like what they're going through. And that was me. Oh my God, these people. I would not allow people to see me. My children would never see me high. You know, I would not allow my children to be around me if I was doing drugs. So anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about the video. You know, I was just being honest with you guys, letting you know this is me. Pretty soon you'll know all of me. You'll know my whole story, my whole background. I have nothing to hide. So with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all hit this like button. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Maybe you have an addiction you'd like me to pray for. You know, because I'm able to pray for, because I'm delivered. I'm delivered and set free. So I can pray for your addiction. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. And I appreciate all you that have subscribed to the channel. Thank you. And I ask you all to, just make sure you hit the like button. It means so much on YouTube for you to hit the like button. Okay? Alright guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. Love you so much.